Hey, what's up everybody? So I want to do something a little different this morning. I thought I'd just kind of give you a look into a little bit more of our day-to-day. I remember kind of when my wife and I first found out about Silas's diagnosis with autism and kind of how it made us feel, and we had a lot of questions and kind of what would life be like with a child that has these challenges, and so we started seeking out you know, channels on YouTube of other people that were posting stories and things about what their life was like. And so I thought we'd do a little bit more like that, just kind of showing you a little some of our day-to-day so maybe you can get a better vision. One of our bigger challenges, you go play, Silas, go play. One of our bigger challenges is schooling for Silas. Public schools, you know, they do okay. I'll tell you from our experience, this is just our experience, with the special education system in public schools, for Silas and his needs, typically at best we've seen it become, you know, I hate to say it, but more of a glorified babysitting service. In other words, we didn't see a lot of progression in his behavior or learning or anything like that. So that's kind of a best case scenario for us with the public school system, is that he was happy, he was taken care of, but he really wasn't advancing in any way. And so on the worst side of things, we actually had an experience in a public school where he became very aggressive, did not like going to school, and it was really bad. So we've had some okay experiences and some bad experiences. All of our best experiences with Silas, he's a little slow this morning because it's about 42 degrees out here, which for Jacksonville is basically Antarctica. Some of our better experiences with him and our best experiences with him are in a private school setting, or something of that nature. So currently we've got him in a private school here in Jacksonville, and he's doing really well. I mean, he's advancing. He's actually starting to talk more. He's starting to ask for things without being prompted. He's starting to, you know, reply to requests and questions a lot more. So it's been really, really encouraging to do that. So I say all that to say the challenge comes with finding the school in the particular state you live in, finding a full-time school that will help your child and whatever their needs are. So Florida happens to have quite a few of them that do very well. There are some other states that do pretty well. Arizona is another one that we've experienced that does really well with that. Again, back to the challenge, and kind of the point of this is balancing that if you have another child. So if you have a typical child like we do, our 13-year-old, it's a matter of, okay, now I've got two kids in two different schools. That's not usually completely unique to this situation, but it could be, depending on at least those schools being in the same district or close to each other. So our 13-year-old, he goes to school, and our biggest problem is the time that the school starts. So our 13-year-old, his school starts at 7:30 in the morning, and then Silas's school doesn't start until about 8:25, about 8:30 in the morning. So we got about an hour. The schools are actually only about 10 minutes apart. So we end up, and it's kind of a big zigzag to go back to our house in the other direction. So we either have to take two cars, drive separately, or what we found to be a little better for Silas is we drop his brother off at 7:30, and then we come to this playground for anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes, let him play in the morning, and then he's good with that. So that's kind of why we're here. We're here usually on a daily basis. And then in the afternoon, it's actually the opposite. We have to pick up Silas first. So Silas's day is almost 2 hours shorter than his brother's, which is another thing that you'll find, you know, with a lot of the private special needs schools. They are a shorter day because of just the, you know, the cost involved and the level of staff needed to make the schools function. But then, so in the afternoon, we end up picking up Silas first, and then we end up coming to this same playground for about 20 to 30 minutes before we go get his brother from his school. So again, just something we deal with on a daily basis. And that's really, frankly has kind of dictated our life a lot, is where we can get services for Silas, because it's like, okay, hey, we'd like to someday settle down in XYZ state, whatever it might be. Well, what services they have for Silas? What long-term services they have for him? Once he gets to be 21, 22 years old, he's no longer able to be in the, you know, state-supported services or something like that, or any sort of care. What does that look like? So we're always thinking about those things, and always thinking about what services are available for him. So it's really just really dictated a lot of what we do with our life, based around him. And that's, you know, that's not his fault, that's not anybody's fault, that's just what it is. So thought you'd appreciate the look into our life with that. What's up, buddy? You cold? Yeah. You having a good day? Good day? All right. You can play. Yeah? It's too cold to play, huh? But this is a neat little park. Just on a side note, they've got some exercise equipment over there. This is right off of, if you live in Jacksonville, it's right off of Touchton Road, near Belfort, which is a nice area of town. If you're in this area, it's usually pretty quiet here in the mornings, especially on a cold morning. But even so, typically in the morning or afternoon, there aren't too many kids here. And it's a nice little park to walk around. They've got a nice pond over there, and people do a lot of running and walking through here, and it's a good family park. But that's what we've got going on today. This is our typical morning. We just dropped off Silas's brother up at his school, and now we're here in our holding pattern for another 10 minutes or so while we wait to go drop Silas off at school, and then we'll repeat that process in reverse this afternoon. And yeah, that's just the way it goes sometimes. But we're really happy with the school that he's in. He's been making a lot of progress, and definitely, if you have any questions about schools in Jacksonville for autism, you can leave us some comments below. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and we're going to keep just sharing what we go through, and hopefully it will encourage you or give you some help if needed. But leave a comment if you want to know some more information. We'd be happy to reach out to you and talk to you about some schools and services here in Jacksonville, or if you're thinking of moving to the Jacksonville area as well. My wife and I are actually real estate agents here in Jacksonville also, so we can help you with anything there. That's just a little shameless plug at the end, but I'll leave you with that, and we'll check in again later. Have a good one.